So why am I drawing a sun when we're talking about bones? Well, the ultraviolet rays from the sun hit the skin. And when they hit the skin, they convert a form of cholesterol to vitamin D. What's converted to vitamin D? Cholesterol. Today, let's look at some crucial tips for keeping your bones strong and healthy. Whether you want to stay active as you age or just give your body the finest care possible, these game-changing ideas can help you do just that. Prepare to learn about practical ways for improving bone health and living a more vibrant, energetic life. When ultraviolet light from the sun strikes your skin, they initiate a remarkable process. A type of cholesterol found just beneath your skin is transformed into vitamin D, a necessary ingredient for your health. Vitamin D helps your body absorb and use calcium. It's a very important lipid in the human body, is cholesterol. Dr. Malcolm Kendrick said, for the first time, normal levels of a normal vital body substance is being called a disease. What's that? Cholesterol. So the ultraviolet rays from the sun hit the skin and convert a form of cholesterol just under the skin to vitamin D. And vitamin D is essential in the assimilation of calcium and the utilization of calcium in the body. Vitamin D is also being hailed today as the anti-cancer vitamin. In fact, the research is showing that it can stop cancer in its tracks and even convert the cell back to a healthy cell. That's quite remarkable. With research indicating that it can even stop cancer in its tracks and even convert diseased cells back into healthy ones. Vitamin D boosts immunological function, regulates insulin levels, and may protect against chronic illnesses such as cardiovascular disease. Pretty remarkable, isn't it? So your bones require vitamin D. But this is where things get interesting, and perhaps a little shocking. Bones are formed of more than only calcium, contrary to the popular belief. In reality, they consist of 12 important minerals and 64 trace elements. Bones aren't made of calcium. Well, what are bones made of? They're made of 12 minerals and 64 trace. What are the 12 minerals? Calcium, chromium, boron, iron, magnesium, manganese, silica, sulfur, selenium, potassium, phosphorus, and iron, and we've done iron, zinc. This complicated combination is what truly makes up your bones. Now let's discuss calcium supplements. Contrary to popular perception, taking calcium supplements alone is not enough to maintain bone health. Dr. Robert Thompson addresses this in his book, The Calcium Lie, which also debunks beliefs about fat and cholesterol. So if you have a bottle of calcium supplements, the best location for them may be the trash can, because your bones require a balanced combination of minerals, not just calcium. Let's be clear. So what do bones need, students? Definitely not calcium supplements. That's another deception. And in the book, The Calcium Lie by Dr. Robert Thompson, he talks about the calcium lie, talks about the fat lie, talks about the cholesterol lie. So, it's not rocket science really, is it? What do our bones need? That. So if you've got calcium supplements, the best thing you can do with them is put them in the bin. Do you call it a bin? In America they call it a trash can. I just want to be really clear here.
Trash.
Rubbish. Rubbish, yeah. In fact, in the book The Calcium Lie, Dr. Robert Thompson, he actually says that calcium supplements can deplete even more calcium out of your bones. The pharmaceutical companies, they make all these drugs, then they've got another section. Guess what's in another section? Vitamins and minerals. And there's not a big stockpile of vegetables out in the backyard that they're making them from. They're in a form that your body can't access. Using calcium supplements is not only ineffective, but also potentially hazardous. According to Dr. Robert Thompson, these supplements can actually drain calcium from your bones rather than improve them. Pharmaceutical firms manufacture not only medications, but also vitamins and minerals. But here's the catch. These supplements aren't created from fresh, natural ingredients. Instead, they frequently include synthetic substances that your body struggles to absorb. The question of metabolism is crucial. Your body requires minerals in different forms, yet many supplements include difficult-to-absorb substances. Calcium carbonate, a common element in calcium supplements, does not absorb as effectively as calcium from natural sources, such as leafy greens and dairy products. This inadequate absorption might cause health concerns, including the very thing you're trying to avoid: calcium deficiency in your bones. Furthermore, a diet high in whole foods is essential because it delivers a well-balanced combination of nutrients that work together. Take vitamin K2, which is found in fermented foods and animal products. It works with vitamin D to ensure that calcium is deposited in your bones rather than your arteries. This emphasizes the significance of acquiring your nutrients from a balanced diet rather than relying entirely on supplements. Remember that calcium hardens cement, not bone. In fact, relying excessively on calcium supplements might harden your tissues instead of strengthening your bones. Calcium supplements also cause calcium accumulation in your kidneys, gallbladder, and eyes. So, where does this difficulty come from? Dr. Robert Thompson provides an intriguing perspective. Dr. Robert Thompson states that the clearest indicator of a creator God is seawater, because it's the exact same mineral balance and proportion as is found in the body. You think about it. We cry seawater, we sweat seawater, we urinate out seawater. Every cell in the body is bathed in seawater. That's why a salt-free diet is quite crazy, actually. So I've got some more good news. You don't have to drink seawater. Do you know it says in the sailor's manual that if they're shipwrecked and they sip little bits of water every day, it'll keep them alive for a long time. But if they don't drink any water for 3 days and get very dehydrated and drink a whole glass full of seawater, that can throw an imbalance and they can go quite mad. Instead, the goal is to incorporate natural salts, such as Celtic or Himalayan salt, into your diet. These salts include the whole range of minerals that your body needs. Dr. Thompson recommends a simple method. Chew a little crystal of natural salt, then drink a glass of water. Repeat this for each glass of water, up to 8 times each day. Dr. Robert Thompson states that if you take a little crystal of salt in your mouth, give it a little chomp, drink your glass of water, you do that with every glass of water. That's 8 times a day. And what's a baked potato without salt? I'm asking you. Huh? And what's avocado and tomato on rye bread or spelt bread without salt? Our palate tells us we need salt. And in Matthew chapter 5 verse 13, the Bible says, "Ye are the salt of the earth. If the salt hath lost its savour, wherewith shall it be salted? It is henceforth good for nothing but to be cast out and trodden under foot of men." If the salt hath lost its savour, how does salt lose its savour? I'd like to suggest that the table salt has lost its savour because it's only 2 minerals. Table salt, reduced to only 2 minerals, has indeed lost its flavour. So instead of wasting money on calcium pills, buy high-quality, mineral-rich salt. Don't forget that dark green leafy vegetables are also an excellent source of these critical nutrients. Dark green leafy vegetables are phenomenally high in these minerals. That's all you need to do. That's what bones need. Bones need these minerals. Bones need sun. Make sure you get some sun every day. But don't go and lie in the sun just after you've had a shower and washed yourself with soap, because you've washed all the oils away and you won't get vitamin D. Once you've had a shower and washed your body with soap, you need to wait 2 hours at least before the oil is formed on your skin, and then you'll get the vitamin D. And once you've been in the sun, don't go and have a hot shower and wash yourself with soap, because it takes 2 hours for the vitamin D to be formed. Staying hydrated is also crucial, so drink plenty of water throughout the day. Regular physical activity, especially weight-bearing exercises, can help strengthen your bones and enhance your general health. It is also advisable to minimize your intake of processed foods and sugars, as these might cause inflammation and other health problems. Other minerals and vitamins, such as magnesium and vitamin D, are important for maintaining bone health. Magnesium present in foods such as almonds, spinach, and black beans is essential for bone health. Vitamin D, which you may get from the sun and meals like fatty fish and fortified dairy products, improves your body's ability to absorb calcium. Sesame seeds are an excellent source of calcium, as well as other vital elements. One food that's phenomenally high in calcium, and it's in with the other minerals, so it's in a good form, and that is sesame seed. And a great way to use sesame seed is as tahini. My kids used to love tahini and honey on toast. And also we make dressings, tahini, lemon juice, crushed garlic, salt, something like that. Sesame seeds, particularly tahini, are an excellent source of calcium. Tahini can be used as salads or spreads. My children like tahini blended with honey on toast. It's also a crucial element in many meals like hummus and baba ganoush, which contain chickpeas, another high nutrient source. Also, chickpeas are also a good source. So these are foods that will help boost calcium. And dried figs. Dried figs are quite high. Dried figs are also an excellent source of calcium. However, you should be cautious of foods that can remove calcium from your body. High acid meals, such as those found in a high carbohydrate diet, as well as refined sweets and caffeine, can reduce calcium levels. Caffeine-containing drinks, including coffee, tea, and soda. There are more foods high in calcium besides sesame seeds and dried figs. Calcium-rich foods include leafy green vegetables like kale, spinach, as well as dairy products like milk, cheese, and yogurt. For people who are lactose intolerant or prefer plant-based options, fortified plant milks such as almond, soy, and oat milk might be excellent choices. Nuts and seeds, particularly almonds, chia seeds, and flax seeds, help to increase your calcium intake. Sardines and canned salmon are good sources of calcium as well. But here's an important question. Is milk truly as excellent for your bones as it claims to be? And this glass of milk is high in calcium, but it's also high in animal protein. And animal protein is very dirty burning fuel. Only 58% is burnt as fuel. Do you know what that leaves? A 42% waste. And that's a high acid waste. It's a sulfur waste. And so what the body uses is it uses the most alkaline mineral, which is calcium, to negate the sulfur residue. Do you know how much calcium is left for the human body after a person drinks a glass of milk? None. Cows can access that calcium because they've got 5 stomachs. We've only got 1. And the countries in this world that are the highest dairy consumers have the highest incidence of osteoporosis. Osteoporosis is a medical disorder characterized by weaker bones that are more prone to fractures. This degeneration is caused by a loss of bone density and mass, resulting in thinner, more porous bones. It is commonly described as a silent disease since it advances without any visible signs until a fracture occurs. Osteoporosis primarily affects older persons, particularly postmenopausal women, due to hormonal changes that speed up bone loss. Aging, genetics, sedentary lifestyle, bad nutrition, and some drugs all increase the risk. Dual energy X-ray absorptiometry, DEXA, is a bone density test that can be used to identify the disorder. Preventive measures include adequate calcium and vitamin D intake, regular weight-bearing exercise, and lifestyle changes such as reducing alcohol consumption and quitting smoking. So where do creatures with huge bones, such as elephants and orangutans, receive calcium? From plants. These creatures survive on plants rather than milk. But don't worry, you don't have to eat grass like an elephant. I've got some good news, you don't have to eat grass. You can eat broccoli and bok choy and all your dark green leafies. You don't lose your minerals when you cook them. You only lose the minerals when you cook if you throw the water away. I like to use waterless cooking. Put on a very low heat, get a heavy bottom pan, put a lid on, and it'll just cook gently in its own juice. Without any water. You've got to keep it on a low heat, it'll take a little while. You can also do things in crock pots because that's a very low heat. You just got to take a bit more time to do it. Another effective method for increasing bone and muscular strength is rebounding, which includes utilizing a small trampoline. Rebounding is a highly effective exercise since it strengthens the body while defying gravity. So the biggest bone and muscle strengtheners is rebounding. Rebounding is the little trampoline. You see, strength comes by exercise, and strength comes by defying gravity. Defying gravity is the most powerful form of strength-building exercise. Albert Carter, a former champion trampolinist, became interested in the benefits of rebounding after observing his children's exceptional strength. Carter, who performed trampoline shows with his family, noted that his 4-year-old daughter could do one-arm push-ups with his help, while his 8-year-old son could do 1,000 push-ups at school, outperforming his peers. Carter looked into the origin of his remarkable strength and determined that consistent rebounding was the key factor. Every trampoline leap causes light stress on the body, triggering a cycle of adaptation and improvement. Carter became intrigued by this phenomenon and sought scientific support, discovering that NASA had also recognized the benefits of rebounding. Astronauts returned from space with severe muscle and bone loss due to the lack of gravity. NASA determined that rebounding was the most effective activity for reducing these impacts. Rebounding also improves the astronauts' G-force tolerance, allowing them to handle the difficulties of space travel. But Albert Carter, he wanted to know more. And this is what he found, that rebounding pulls together 3 laws or 3 teachers. One is defying gravity. So you look at children, as soon as they are able, I was watching my little 6-week-old grandson, and he's constantly pulling his head up. And then you put him on the floor, what are they doing? Pushing up, and then they push up to the point where they can crawl, and then what do they want to do next? They want to walk, and then when they're in their cot, what are they doing? Jumping! And if you've got a rebounder in your house and children visit, where do you think they're going to go straight away? The rebounder. I had a trampoline outside, and whenever I had kids in my home, they'd come up, can we please go on the trampoline? As children grow, they go from crawling to walking and finally jumping. This trend highlights the body's natural drive to overcome gravitational forces. I've also seen that children are naturally drawn to rebounders. So defying gravity, that's the only way to strengthen the body and the bones, is to defy gravity. The other law that comes together with rebounding is acceleration. And the third law or teacher is deceleration. I don't know whether I should put 2 C's in there or 1. When you are jumping on the trampoline, the rebounder, when you're going up in the air, you're accelerating. And just as you get to the peak, deceleration. And then when you're going down, acceleration. And then when you hit the mat, deceleration. So the 3 laws come together. And he also has a quote in his book from is it Einstein? Einstein, one of the great masters, who says the body doesn't know the difference between defying gravity, acceleration and deceleration. It sees it all as the same. So there's these constant little shocks that are strengthening the body. This is the only exercise that affects every single cell in the body, effectively increasing strength and resilience. Rebounding is the only workout that activates all of your muscles and bones at the same time, giving full health benefits. In addition to the physical benefits, rebounding improves mood by generating endorphins, which help reduce stress and increase attention. Rebounding not only improves muscle and bone strength, but it is also a fun, accessible training choice for people of all fitness levels, whether as a standalone exercise or as part of a larger routine. Furthermore, rebounding benefits your body's vacuum cleaner, the lymphatic system. Now, while I'm talking about rebounding, I have to talk about something else, and it's your body's vacuum cleaner. Did you know that your body's vacuum cleaner is your lymphatic system? And your lymphatic system has a network of capillaries all the way through it that are like little canals. And these little canals have gates. The lymphatic system is a complex network of capillaries and veins that act as a series of microscopic canals, packed with gates to regulate fluid flow. Lymph fluid is a transparent, slightly yellowish liquid that transports white blood cells and immune system components. Now, your circulatory system is what carries the blood. And it has a pump, and that's your heart. And it pumps the blood through the arterial system way down to the extremities. Well, how does it get back? Do you ever wonder that? You've got a second pump, and forgive the illustration, but here's your second pump, your calf. Your calf muscles are your second heart. It's your calf muscles that pump the blood back up to the rest of your body. Now, there is a problem that some women and some men get called varicose veins. Do you know the best cure for varicose veins is rebounding? Because when you're rebounding, that majorly stimulates your second heart, which is your calf muscle. And what happens with varicose veins is the blood's tending to sit and pool in the venous system. You see, your arteries come away from the heart, the venous system is coming back to the heart. It comes from interstitial fluid, which is the fluid between cells and gathers waste materials, cellular debris, and infections. The lymphatic system filters this fluid through lymph nodes, which catch and eliminate dangerous chemicals. Lymphatic function is critical for a strong immune response and efficient waste elimination. If the lymphatic system becomes slow or blocked, it can result in disorders like lymphedema, which is characterized by swelling caused by excess fluid. It absorbs fatty acids and lipids from the digestive system via lacteals, which are specialized lymphatic capillaries found in the small intestine. This mechanism not only aids in fat digestion, but also helps to transfer critical nutrients throughout the body. But your lymphatic system, it has a network of capillaries too, but it doesn't have a muscular system around it, and it does not have a pump. So how does it get activated? Movement. but there is one exercise that stimulates the lymphatic system in a more powerful way than any other exercise, and that is the rebounding. And this is what happens when you're rebounding. When you're jumping, when you accelerate up to the point of getting deceleration on the tip of your bounce, every single gate in the whole of the lymphatic system is open. And when you hit the mat, every single gate closes. And then when you go up again, every gate opens, and when you hit the mat again, every gate closes. Unlike the circulatory system, which depends on the heart to pump blood through the arteries and back to the heart, the lymphatic system does not have a central pump. Instead, the lymphatic system uses muscular activity to aid in the return of lymph fluid to the bloodstream. Muscle contraction, particularly during rebounding movements, is critical to this process. When you hop on a rebounder, the rhythmic motion and stress on your body stimulate the lymphatic system, boosting the efficient movement of lymph fluid and enhancing general health. This natural pumping movement helps to eliminate waste and strengthen the immune system, making rebounding an effective workout for improving both physical fitness and lymphatic function. When people don't exercise and they hardly move, can you see that their lymphatic system isn't stimulated? So what's happening in the tissues? The waste is building up. Do you remember the story I told you about Bobby, who had his lymph node in his thigh removed and his legs were huge, and I got him rebounding every hour, just a minute every hour, just to get that lymphatic system. You see, when anyone that's got swelling in their body, it's lymphatic. It's lymphatic fluid. And the rebounding is often called a lymphosizer because it has such a powerful effect on the lymphatic system. Have you ever contemplated having a second pump in your body? Imagine your leg muscles as a second heart. These muscles are responsible for circulating blood back to your heart. Unlike the heart, which pumps blood through the arteries, your calf muscles assist push blood back through the veins to the heart. This action is especially crucial for people who have varicose veins, which are bloated and uncomfortable as a result of blood pooling in the lower legs. To get the most out of rebounding, invest in a high-quality rebounder. The NEDAC rebounder stands out as one of the best options on the market. It is designed with modern materials and construction processes to ensure maximum performance and longevity. Now, the rebounder that we have is one of the best. It's called a NEDAC. It's important to get a good quality one so you get a good bounce, because cheaper ones are very hard, but the ones that are a little bit more expensive, they're just much better quality, and they basically spring you up in the air. They've got such a good spring on them. The good news is you only have to do 3 minutes 3 times a day. How good's that? Or you can do your interval training in the morning and do it all at once. For someone who's really challenged with swollen lymphatic fluid in their body, they can do it for 1 minute every single hour. It is such a powerful form of exercise that you don't need to do very much. A girlfriend of mine has her rebounder in the lounge room, and she says her little boy plays with Lego, and she said about every 10 minutes, she timed him one day, he jumps up and rebounds for about 3 minutes, then runs back and plays with Lego. Who tells him to do that? His body is telling him to do that. So the best muscle strengthening is rebounding. The best bone strengthening is rebounding. Thank you for joining me on my journey towards greater bone health. By incorporating these scientifically proven practices into your everyday routine, you can strengthen and maintain your bones for a healthier, more active lifestyle. If you found this information useful, please like, subscribe, and click the notification bell to get more health-related suggestions. Stay tuned for more ideas and techniques to improve your well-being. Until next time, take care and see you soon.